Hey people, my beautiful people, have you watched this lovely movie of Sonia Uche combined with Mike Ezuruonye and Ruth Kadiri? If you have not watched this movie, kindly go very fast and watch this lovely, interesting family movie and tell me what do you think about this movie. In this video, we are going to talk about the reviews or what I will learn from this movie. And please, if you have just come across this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel, like, share and comment. Your comments is very important on how you watched the movie. So guys, the movie is called A Very Tight Circle. A Very Tight Circle is the movie showing at Sonia Uche TV, and trust me, it's a lovely movie. You will laugh, you will like the movie, and you will understand that there are people who are naturally talented or who are naturally blessed with their talents. Sonia Uche and Mike Ezuruonye, as well as Ruth Kadiri, did their best to bring out this movie. This movie, what I liked about this movie, the movie is not having so many people. Only few people are acting in this movie, or few actors are acting in this movie, but they brought out the information, or they brought out the reason for this movie, or very well. They interpreted their roles very well. They wanted to show that what they wanted to show the society is what they gave us. So in this movie, you will find that sometimes the polygamy, if you are not ready for it, please don't go for it. Please don't go for it. A polygamous family is never always is at peace. And marriage is at peace. Marriage is a good thing, but when marriage becomes the toxic one, trust me, just know that you have failed as a man, or you have failed as a woman, depending on which side did the right, the wrong. So I find that in this movie, Chief, who has two wives, was always finding a way of making these two wives not to love each other. I think that, to me, I think that every man would like his two wives, or his wives, or his polygamous family to be one, whereby they can cooperate to each other. They make your home peaceful, and when you come back, you find that a home is a peaceful one. So Chief, so such a man decides to have two wives, Nene and Bianca. Bianca, whom he considers as his accountant, who manages the businesses, or does everything, the business, all the business calculations and accounts, and Nene, whom he was calling to be, his like a woman to produce, a wife to produce, decided to make these two women to be enemies by always telling each woman what they did not do. And these two women, they became enemies to each other, not knowing that it was their husband who was creating all these. So along the way, these women knew that their husband, Nene and Bianca, knew that their husband wants to bring in another third wife. This is when the battle had to begin. So what do I say in this movie? So in this movie, you find that polygamous family is not the right thing. Yes, despite that you might be having shortcomings or issues in your family or in your marriage doesn't mean that you should always make a polygamous family. And even if there's a situation which are forcing you to have a second wife, try so much to make your wives to be at peace, or to be at peace to each other, to love each other, to be there for each other. This is what will give you peace. But the more you think that your wives have to not to be enemies, the more you will cry, the more you will suffer. Another thing, never let any man dictate you how to run your marriage. Don't have people around you who can mislead you in your marriage. So many people have different wives, 3, 4, but they are at peace to each other because they decide to reason for themselves. If the chief reasoned for himself by seeing that there is no differences or there are no conflicts between his wife, or even the third wife would have come maybe after knowing how to handle the 2 wives. But still the 2 wives have failed you. This one is fighting this one, they're fighting the other one. Now we want to bring in the third one. What do you expect your 2 wives to do? Obviously, they have to come together to show you that not every marriage, not every time you have to get married because you think you are a man enough. Run your families like the way you are, the way you understand it, because you are the one who married these women. At the end of the day, it's not your friend, it's not your brother, it's not your sister, not your mother. Never run your family, your marriage according to what people tell you. Run your marriage according to what you think is the right thing to do for your marriage. Making conflicts or making differences, fighting between your wives, or making them to see each other as enemies is not their best. No. Seeing them together will make you develop even more than you think. Them being friends and not always advising to each other gives you peace of mind, even in marriage which are not polygamous, which are monogamous. You find that men run their families according to their friends. My friend is doing this because my friend can slap his wife, and I also have to have mentors of marriage who are right, not mentors of marriage who are toxic, who think that women are nothing in the life. They have to do whatever they want to them. But if you find that your marriage is running from another person's behaviors or another person's advice, trust me, that's when you will crash alone in your marriage, and you end up crying, saying, I wish I knew, but when it's too late. Most of the time we blame the devil. Oh, the devil is the one who sent me to do this. If you sit your wife down and your wife, you say, my wife, truth is, you cannot give me children. Oh, there's things you cannot do anything to me since you have a chronic disease. I appreciate if you accept me to marry a second wife, and she accepts. Try so much to see that these two, they have peace in their house, they have peace between you, they share what is important for their family. This keeps the strong family together than thinking that you have to separate them. I told you the movie is called A Very Tight Circle. When you make yourself have a tight circle around you or around your women or your wives, trust me, you will end up crying, or you will end up even having more heart attack than before. Like in this movie, whereby when the two wives have had when the two wives came together, it was very difficult for the man, for the chief to understand or to accept that these two are together. It brought scary issues between on his face, because she was used to see his wives always quarreling. So it was a shock to him that the two wives could communicate to each other. But this is what we call marriage, a peaceful marriage. And I'm glad that if they told him that if you want to marry, you go and marry any woman you want, you bear the consequences, and that's the right thing. Sometimes you let them be and they bear the consequences. Men, they think that marriage is just a game. I love you guys. God bless you.